What's up?
On my way back.
You
Fuck.
mad late, son.
I know you know I'm half retarded when it comes to this shit. I ain't want to do it in the car. I wanted to. There you go. What's up, superstar?
Nothing much.
You look stressed.
No, I just got caught up doing something. So when I'm doing something, I just be focused on that one thing.
Nah,
So I make sure it's done.
I see. I see. Fucking proud.
Yo,
I,
you wanna know what's so funny? That I was looking at a video of when I used to do interviews, and I interviewed you in the studio, and it's so like, yo, time flies by like so
that was
fast. Like
10
you need
years
to
ago.
learn how to appreciate the time, because it literally was like the other day that I interviewed you, and I was probably like 16. I think I wanted to be, I don't know, I think I wanted to be an interviewer or a radio host. So I was like, that's crazy.
I remember that too. That had to be like 10 years ago too.
Yeah, Haji filmed it too, my boy Haji. I don't know if you know Haji.
Haji. I remember Haji. Your journey is deep, and it's funny you said that because I wanted to start with that. I don't know if you've been paying attention to what I've been doing with the independent thinking thing, like just giving insight to other artists, creators, A&Rs, producers, all of that. And it's basically, just going off your journey and giving them pieces of, because, it's game pretty much you even got where you at. But, how was your transition from writing and like, doing media work to actually going in and finding artists?
I don't think the media work was like real serious because I was young and I
What
was
you was
just
doing?
trying. I wanted to be. It's crazy because something. I did a big interview today with somebody, and they asked me like, "What would you be doing if you was not an A&R?" And I was like, I don't know. I wanted to be a radio personality, and but I always was committed to music. I always was passionate about music. I just ended up falling in A&R, but it's like it's weird. I think you transition within time and life. So it's like when I was young, I was like ambitious. I wanted to be around people. I wanted to talk a lot. So that was what I wanted to do at the time. But then I was like, well, I actually want to help build an artist from the ground up and be involved in the process of making the music. That's why I ended up where I'm at now. But
Right, right. I mean, you always been a sponge. And when I say that, it's like
yeah.
always, feel me, and you always use the information and took it somewhere else. Like, who gave you your first shot at actually being in the building?
Um in a label standpoint, well at Def Jam, Rodney Sheely, he was the first person to hire me. Um Rodney Sheely gave me a job in promotions as an assistant, which was crazy. I was like, and then in A&R with Sean Holiday, who's at Columbia Records, he hired me as A&R. And it's like, I actually thank Tubby all the time because he gave a girl from the hood an opportunity to come inside these buildings where everybody's not allowed to come in. So just being that person to allow somebody to come in is powerful. And that's me as growing as an executive. I also want to be able to bring in kids from the hood and people that don't have the opportunity or the mentorship to get these jobs, because it's not rocket science. You don't go to school for A&R. You just learn the hustle. It's like a hustle mentality. So I think the reason why I've been so successful is because I'm a hustler and I pay attention to details and I'm always willing to learn. I never walk into something like I know everything, because I don't know everything. And I'm happy I don't, because I learn every day gradually. So I think I always shout out and I always make sure I pay attention to the people that give you an opportunity and allow you to come into these rooms. And I never forget that either, because a lot of people get lost in the sauce, and once they on, they forgot about who put you on. Like, I don't got to holler at you every day. We don't got to be best friends, but I'm always going to appreciate the people that took care of me and put me under their wing. So
Right. How important is relationships to you? How important is relationships to artists and A&Rs, aspiring A&Rs out there?
I mean, it's 100% important. Like, it's about who you know. I think who you know is bigger than having a degree, especially in music. It's like I've been lucky enough to have mentors like Sherry Bryant, who is the president of Rock Nation, and Nicole Escarco, who is my boss, and Steve Carlos, and Sav, and those people that are just hustlers, and I could call them for any reason. But it's also building those relationship of being genuine. Like some people nowadays, like you don't know why they want to be your friend, like, or if they want an opportunity. But when you build relationships with people and it's genuine, they feel that, and that's how you build those relationships of genuinely wanting to help people. And like I just fuck with genuine shit, and I'm real, so I could just tell the aura of somebody who's coming into my life for clout or just to be around pop and shit. Because yeah, the job is glamorous. You see us at the Grammys, you see us when shit is fly, but you don't see us when shit is fucked up. And your relationships is like your tribe, your circle. Who can you talk to? Who can you call when shit is not good? Because shit is not good all the time. So it's learning about meeting those people that's going to help you build yourself up when shit is bad. And this industry is fucked up because you could be hot now, like, yeah, I'm hot, I got hot artists, but how about, God forbid, knock on wood, in a year I'm not hot, or I don't have the hottest artist? Is people still gonna fuck with me? Like, you know so that's just real shit. That's just what comes with the industry. You just gotta be about real ones. And I think that's why I also been doing good in my job, and artists fuck with me, is because I'm real. I'm like, they know how to respect me, but I'm still like they sister, the homegirl. Like I just come from the streets, and I'm not trying to be in the building with people trying to be white or act all sedity to get a seat at the table. I always been myself, and I always been real, and I never had to switch up to have a seat at the table.
You take
It's
that
just
down Dykeman.
generosity. Yeah, that Dykeman shit always gonna be with me. Yeah.
But that's what I respect about you. You know what I mean? Because you've been the same way, and it's consistent, and your character always shows why you always get to the next level. You feel me?
Yeah.
From Def Jam, right, to going over to Interscope. You know what I mean? When I seen you got the title as a senior A&R, you already my heart just, I was like, oh my God, just full of joy for you, because I'm like,
Yeah, I
like,
was so hype about that. Like, but what people don't know is that I never announced it. But I was at Columbia for 4 months, but I never announced that job because I just didn't announce it. It was just like, and I also wanted to make sure, because, sometimes people get a job and they so hyped to announce it. Like some people knew, but I never really posted about it. Because probably in my heart, it didn't feel like I was going to stay there. I ended up leaving. So that's just probably a way of life. But I appreciate them even hiring me and giving me opportunity,
right.
because they didn't have to take a chance on me. And them giving me the opportunity landed me where I'm at now, my home Interscope, which I love. So, yeah, but Def Jam was dope too. Like, I like being at Def Jam. I was at Def Jam when it was lit, like the ending towards the litness.
Who was the artist that you worked on at Def Jam?
Well, I was like the assistant, but like artists that I built, that I helped work with, like I worked with like the first artist they let me kind of work with was like Payroll Giovanni from Detroit. I don't know if you know Bylug. So I was working with them, and with Cardo, like they let me move around with them. Then I had a relationship with YG. I always had a relationship with YG, and I was able to incorporate some ideas on Two Chain stuff. But I was like an assistant in promotion. So it wasn't like I did marketing or none of that really hands on. But if there was anything that needed to be done, I'll always incorporate my ideas.
Right, right. And you be on the ground with artists, and you know what's going on. So I'm sure a lot of that is.
Yeah. I think it's good for A&R to be in the streets, and always, because nowadays with social media, it's so easy to find the artists on Instagram and Spotify and playlisting. But when you're in the streets and you tapped into the artist and you be outside, you find out faster, and you know what's culturally relevant. Like I be in the clubs with the artists, and I listen to what's playing in the clubs and what the DJs is spinning and all of that when I go to different markets in different cities. So it's good to stay like looped in and listen and pay attention to everything. Cause that social media shit, just cause the artist is like popping on the gram and they got a lot of views, don't mean they have longevity. Like I'm looking for longevity in an artist, so I could hear once I hear the music, I could tell like, yeah, this shit is hot for real. It could touch the culture, or this shit is just hot right now online. And that's what happens a lot, right? That's what happening a lot. But you could also always see which artists stay relevant for a long time or which artists are just hot for the moment.
Mm.
And as an executive, you don't want to sign the artist that's just hot for the moment. You want an artist that's gonna be have longevity.
Right, right. How important is branding for an artist to you?
Super important. Like I'm lucky to work with the baby who's like a super mega star. Like I think the reason why he's so successful is because he thinks beyond everything. Like from his music videos. Like if you've seen a baby music video, it's out of this world. He's just very creative. The music, the style is the lifestyle. I think the best thing for artists is that people want to be you. You know, like you could tell when an artist walk in the room when if they popping. Like you could just tell by their aura. They walk in the room, you know they're the superstar. You want to be the artist. I want to sign somebody that is like, yo, I want to like. If it's a female, that's my homegirl. I can relate to her. Like Megan Thee Stallion, I'm obsessed with her because she's like you could just she gives you homegirl vibes. Like I just fuck with her energy, her vibe. Like she just feels like somebody you want to be around. Like I love artists like that that I personally feel like I could gravitate to. You know what I mean?
Right. How did you link with the
So when I went to Interscope, they were already signing him, and then they just put me on the project right away, and I was already coming in like y'all gotta sign Stunner and the baby, and then they were already working on the deal, and they were like you that's your artist, and I was like oh shit what the fuck, and then they came in and I met him, and I'm sure he was like who the fuck is this little Dominican Spanish girl. But we connect ever since, and like he's super dope. He respects me as a female executive, which is hard because it's hard being a female executive. The guys look at you like, you know, like what's up? But he respects me. He makes sure everybody respects me. He respects my ideas, my creativity, all of that. And that's why we're such an amazing team. And that's why I work well with even all my artists is because they respect me as a woman. They respect my mind, my attitude, and everything. So that's why we're able to communicate and get to work.
right, right, right. You know, I think it's important for especially in place for the culture because even with females in hip hop, like you said, with like Megan, Cardi, the list goes on, but it's a resurgence for that. And I feel like it has to be somebody in there of culture to push that forward. Like, what do you think about the resurgence of women in hip hop right now?
I love it, especially this week. We have Doja Cat, Cardi B, Nicki. No, it's Doja Cat with Nicki, and then who is it? Beyonce and Megan. And I love Cardi B. Like I think Cardi B is my cousin. I be DMing her, and when she DM me back, I be so hype. I be like, yeah, it's my cousin. But I just love seeing the women, and I don't know if people that's on here have seen my unsigned show. Like I add a lot of female artists and they're so talented, and I just wish that women were respected the same way as men. Like men is so many male artists in the music industry, and I wish there was equivalent to that as there is of women. I wish there was more women. Like women are so powerful, talented, beautiful. Like I love what Megan, Doja Cat, Cardi, Nicki, all of them women are doing because it just and the City Girls. I can't wait till City Girls drop a song about bitch niggas. So I could be singing that shit loud.
That's the bullshit.
Yeah, but we like that because, like, look, Future talks for the men. I love Future because he really talks for the men. Like, he says how he feels, and that's Future, and that's how you accept him. That's what the City Girls do for us. Like, when Future comes out, you like, he popping big summer shit. That's why we need the City Girls to come out and talk they shit for us because they represent us. They said Future is our toxic king. Yeah, we love Future.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I can't say he speaks for everybody, but he speaks for a large portion. So
Yeah.
I get it. How important is algorithm to you? How
I
important?
mean, it's cool. Like, I'm not gonna say I don't sit around and see what artist is streaming or doing numbers and all of that, but it's also important to me to personally connect with the artist. Like, I mean, it's cool for you to have 1 million followers, but how about if you're talking about something that I don't appreciate? That don't mean that I'm gonna go sign you. I have to personally be connected to the artist, be connected to the sound, and want to be around you and want you to motivate me as an executive to work with you. So it's cool to look at numbers and all of that, but what if that artist is hot this week and next week it's not, or it's hot this year and the next year it's not? So that's the type of stuff. Like, it's cool, but
Right. And what about streaming? The streaming aspect of it. Because you could.
streaming is cool. I mean, I found a couple artists. Like, I signed an artist by the name of Smooth Al from Brooklyn. His record, New Apollo, was going crazy, like crazy. And I was like, yo, this kid is dope. And I listened to that song, and then I listened to everything, and I was like, oh, he's fire. I love him. Like, I love all the music. So it's just connecting the dots and making sure that you, as an executive, actually love what you're signing. I don't want to be an executive that's just signing shit because it's hot right now.
Right. I think the internet is super important when it comes to shit like that, because you kind of get to see, like, Move Out. Like, I heard the record on the radio, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know who it was, and then surfing on the internet and talking to the younger guys, they put me onto that. So,
Yeah.
surfing the internet, that's major. And you found him surfing the internet, right?
Yeah, like surfing the internet, word of mouth. One of my homies actually told me about him, and then I started checking it out.
That's crazy. What's a piece of advice you would give to an aspiring A&R executive, artist, producer?
If you find something that you love and nobody knows about it, make sure the world knows about it. If you love it, go hard for it as if you would go for your own career, because there's nothing like building an artist on the ground up. So if you build that art, so you find something that you love and you take it and you build it and you make it big and you make it yours.
What's one of the best advice you received since you've been?
It's going in and out. What you said?
I said, what's the best piece of advice that you received in the game so far on your journey?
I don't know. Just stay true to myself. I don't really know. People be telling me to stop acting crazy, and I'm like, no, I like acting crazy. I like being me.
You still crazy.
People be like, you act mad. You can't be acting like that. I'm like, this is how I got here. It's okay. What they gonna do? They can't hold me back.
What you think about the New York rap scene right now?
I love it. I love the drill sound. That's why I wanted to make sure that I signed Smooth Out, especially being a part of a West Coast label as Interscope. So I just want to make sure that, you know, we just stay on and pop it. I'm from New York, even though I'm in the West Coast. Like, I'm New York to the. This guy keeps saying the baby suck. You tight? Why you keep
Don't
commenting?
even read the comments.
No, I don't be reading the comments, but he's so pressed. Like, we got the #1 record in the UK right now, Rockstar, and we coming for that #1 Billboard. We top 10 right now, so stop hating.
Shout out
Anyways,
shout out
exactly.
real nigga.
Yeah, it's just stay true to yourself. That's the advice I give to people. I don't really listen to advice that people give me, because people have gave me advice and I still did what I want and I ended up working out. And then they support you even if you don't take their advice. So it's always what you want to do.
That's some real shit, because somebody told me all advice ain't good advice. You take the
It's
new
not.
advice that you got and you add that to your smoothie and see how that shit work for you. But
why did you come up with this live? Like, what inspired you to come up with this live?
Because people ask me questions all day. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
In my DM asking me shit. And I would be the nigga to sit there answering until they get a little overwhelming. And I'm like, you know what? I know too many people that I can have proper conversations with that I could give insight to somebody else that may need it, because everybody everybody that's on Instagram wants to do something. You feel me? Even
Yeah.
already have a job or whatever it is they doing. Everybody wants to be creative and everybody wants to tap into our culture somehow, right? So this is like my TED talk and giving them a bird's eye view and some insight because you know it's a lot of creative motherfuckers in this world. So
A lot. That's why I'm happy I did the Unsigned Talent Show because I have found so many talented artists and it's crazy. So it's like this quarantine hasn't even really been that bad because we using our time valuable. If you're just sleeping and eating and doing shit, like people be like, oh, people can't say that because you don't know what people's situation. I don't care if you have $2 to your name. You find a way to during this quarantine expand yourself and make more of yourself in your time and make value of what you have and your necessities. Because people always love to use an excuse of what they don't have and what they can't do. But I feel like this is the time to build, to connect with people. If you see somebody on this live that's commenting, that's saying they want to be an artist and you're a producer, you should hit them up and be like, let's work. Like, it's just time to collaborate and come together. Because with this happening, you don't know what's next. And you don't know what's gonna happen next. So if you're alive, you breathing, and you're not sick, and you're even able to log on Instagram, you need to just use your mind, your senses to create value of some sort. Like I was sitting in my house, I created the Unsigned show, and I did it off giving $200 that I had to somebody or allowing opportunity in my platform for other people. So it's just like I didn't have to do that. So it's like if I could do that, maybe you could go on live and find somebody that you fuck with and all of that. So
you heard that word. Shout out to Slater, he was in here. Shout out to Rich the Kid, he was in here. Shout out to Noodles. Like, you know, it's a lot of people in here. Network people. Get your life together.
Yeah, but it was great talking to you.
Likewise, because I ain't seen you in a million years. This is my way to tap into.
I'm tight because I was like, I'm going to be in New York this summer at the Dykeman Games. I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be in Harlem. I'm going to be doing all that bird shit. And now they like, y'all ain't got no summer. I don't care. At least give us August to fuck around. Like
I'm gonna say August because they shut the summer down. There's no basketball games this
there's
summer.
no I have never. I've been to like. I've never missed a Dykeman tournament ever in my life. Like no, but what I'm scared about is that I feel like those things, like those community things, like basketball games and stuff like that, keep people off the street from killing each other and stuff. So. Yeah, they might stop all of that, but I just pray that it's not going to be a scary summer and people are in the streets and shooting each other and doing stuff like that because we just don't need that. So we also got to find ways that if we can't have those games, what can people do so they stay out of the street and stay out of trouble? Because it's going to be a hot summer and people, you can't, there's as much as some people.
Summer, that shit's going to be very uncomfortable.
First of all, Labor Day is coming up. What is the Labor Day or Memorial Day weekend?
Memorial Day.
That shit gonna be crazy in New York. That mask be making me feel like dizzy and like nauseous. I don't know about you.
I mean, I'm not really outside like that, but when I am and I gotta wear the mask, I'm just
that shit is annoying.
It is. Yeah, it's a lot. You know what I mean? Especially because we using a real mask. I see a lot of people making masks and shit. It's cute and all that, but it's not keeping the virus away from you. Anyhow, you're right. But maybe August. Maybe I'll see you in August, and we'll fucking reset the summer again.
Okay, Lucy, you could join my live. This is not my live. I'm gonna get on live after this. But I love you, DZA. I appreciate you, my brother.
Yes.
Keep doing your thing, and yeah, if anybody has any questions, y'all could DM me. I'm going on live on Monday for sure. I keep saying I was gonna go today, but I'm gonna go live on Monday to do my show. But thank you. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the nice comments.
Yeah,
thank you.
Tune in the Baroline shit. She going on live right now. Anybody got questions?
Bye.
All right, Joe. All right. Independent thinking. That was Baroline. You already know. For the A&Rs and aspiring executives and shit out there, artists, you know what I mean? It's hard for us, but anything easy in life ain't worth having. But yeah. Keep this shit pushing, keep this shit going. Yo, fuck you.